Assalamu alaikum, students. I am Zubair Hussain, O and A level economics teacher. Currently, I am teaching in Beacon House School System. Here are some multiple choice question and the fact and the topics which will really help you in the tomorrow O level economics paper. So start from the first one, student. The following are the four ways factor of the production are used. Okay, what is likely to require the greatest use of the factor enterprise? Basically, the examiner is asking about the what factor that contribute to increase in the uh, use of the ability of the factor enterprise. So the option B is the right option for this one. A corn farmer negotiating with the other farmers to hire expensive machinery. Oftenly, students uh, misperceive this one. Okay, so when there is a basically here is a machinery. Okay, so this they link this machinery towards the capital. Okay, so that would not and they choose mm, uh, and they leave this, but and they leave this option. Okay, so the right option for this one is B, and basic idea or basic point behind this is a corn farmer negotiating with the other farmers. Why he is going to negotiating with the other farmers? To increase the productivity, to increase the efficiency in the business process. Okay, so this is the right option basically, uh, which increase the ability of the factor enterprise. So B is the right option for this one. Next one is, this is also very tricky. Oftenly students confused and misperceive this one. A person makes sandwiches at home for 5 hours each day. She makes 20 sandwiches. This means that in a day she can produce or she can make 100 sandwiches. Okay, uh, and she sell each sandwich for $2. So most of the students misperceive this one and get confused, and they choose the option B. B1 is not the right option because they multiply 20 by the 2 and the 40. This is not the right option. If you convert into monetary terms, okay, 20 multiplied by 5 is equal to 100 multiplied by 2, 200. Okay, 200 would be the right option. So 200 is not here. Okay, so you have to find the opportunity cost. So opportunity cost, if she takes a holiday, okay, so 100 sandwiches would be foregone by her. Okay, so 100 sandwiches is the right option for this one. Okay, third one is, this is very important. The diagram shows production possibility curve for a country that can produce agriculture products or the manufactured products. Its current PPC passes through the point Q and S, but country is currently experiencing unemployment. Unemployment mean the point will exist inside the production possibility curve. Okay, this is the point P where the economy is now producing. Okay, because of the unemployment. Okay, there is inefficiency in the production process, and all the factor of production are not utilizing in the efficient way. That's why point P will exist. Now come to the second stage of the statement. If there is now full employment, okay, at the same time now agriculture techniques enable an increase in the productivity. Okay, so when there will be a full employment, the again point will move on the production possibility curve. And the second thing is, new agriculture techniques enable more increase in the productivity. So there will exist a pivotal shift. Student, one thing you have to keep it in your mind: when uh, there will increase in increase in the techniques of any product, okay, there will be a pivotal shift. If there will be increase in the technique of the manufactured goods, so the pivot so the pivotal shift of the PPC towards the manufactured goods. And now in this question, the agriculture techniques has improved, so the pivotal shift of the PPC have shift towards the agriculture products like this one. Okay, another first the economy was operating at the point P. Now the economy has shift from P to point R because of full employment and increase in the agriculture product, increase in the technique of the production in the agriculture products. Okay, so the option A, P to R, is the right option for this one. Okay, next one is, this is very important, student. A bus driver works longer hours. If the wage rate increases as his earning increase, there reaches a point where he preferred to layer more work. Which supply curve S represents this situation? Right option for this one, student, is a C. Why backward bending supply curve? Why this is the right option for this one? I'm going to explain. Uh, Students, suppose that there is a wage rate. Okay, so workers working this working hours. Okay, when there is further increase in the wage rate, the worker increase this level of the working hours. Okay, and if the wage rate increases above this point, okay, this is the basically a maximum point where the workers are providing their supply for maximum hours. Okay, so now wage rate have increased further. Okay, now the working hours have increased because of increase in incentive to work. Okay, अब उनको now increase in the working to sorry, now increase in the incentive to work. For this reason, they choose to or they prefer more layer 2 work. Okay, so this is the right option. This one is a C, right option for this one, backward bending supply curve. Okay, uh, proceeding towards the next one, that is, what suggests that there is a market failure. Okay, you have to focus what are the causes of the market failure, students. Market failure, causes of the market failure are over allocation of the resources, under allocation of the resources, and monopoly, where there is a no competition. uh, the next one is the public good. Okay, these are the common causes of the market failure. Okay, so option C is the right option. There's the lack of the competition. In the lack of the competition, student, so there is a misallocation of the resources as well as exploitation of the consumer point of view. Okay, from a consumer point of view, there can exist exploitation and misallocation of the resources. For that, these two reasons for that lead to the market failure. Okay, so the option C is the right option for this one. Sixth one, the diagram shows the market for a firm making clothes with initial equilibrium at point X. What is the new equilibrium? If there is a successful advertisement campaign. Okay, students, advertisements have a relationship with the demand curve. Okay, when there is an increase in the successful advertisement, this means that the demand will increase. The demand will increase means the demand curve will shift towards the right. Okay, the second thing here, that is campaign by the rival firm, an increase in the workers' wages. Okay, when there will be increase in the wages of the workers, okay, in the rival firm, so the workers of this firm will also demand for higher wage rate. So this will lead to increase in the cost of production. Okay, when there will be increase in the cost of production, supply curve will shift towards leftward. Supply curve, this is basically supply curve S1 will shift towards S2, and demand curve D1 is the demand curve. D1, from D1 to D3, the demand curve will shift towards D3. Okay, where D3 and S2 will meet to each other, this is the point B, where there will be the new equilibrium. Okay, so B is the right option for this one. Students, when there is a cost of the increase in the cost of production of the farms, supply curve will shift towards leftward. That will show decrease in the supply. And when there is a successful increase in the advertisement, demand curve will move towards point, move towards rightward. That will show increase in the demand. So the both curve will intersect at point B. So this will be the new equilibrium. Okay, there is a basically a shift of the both supply curve and the demand curve. Other topics, students, role of the central bank. The next one is the labor market and the saving borrowing patterns, spending patterns. In the labor market, students, you have to focus on the trade union, minimum wage rate, and occupation. In the saving, borrowing, and spending pattern, you have to focus on the what factor that contribute to increase in saving, borrowings, and spending patterns. Okay. Next one is the growth of the firms. In the growth of the firm, students, you have to focus on externally growth, like through integration, takeover or merge. Okay. Through takeover or merge, and the process of the takeover or merge is called integration, vertical integration, horizontal integration, conglomerate integration. These topics you have to, and these points you have to focus and read in a comprehensive way. Next topic is economies and diseconomies of scale. In economies and diseconomies of scale, you have to focus on the what factor that contribute to increase of the average cost and decrease of the average cost, along with this fixed cost and variable cost, students. Now, the fifth topic is monopoly and the perfect competition. In you have to focus on the characteristics of the monopoly and the perfect competition. Next topic, student, is monetary fiscal policy and the supply side policies. In this topic, you have to focus on the how the government affect the economic activity by using these policies. Okay. Next topic is inflation, demand pull inflation, uh, and cost push inflation, how to measure the inflation, that is the CPI or the RPI. Okay. Next topic is economic growth and economic development. Economic growth basically is a quantitative term, students. In economic growth, increase of the GDP, okay, in real terms, whereas economic development mean increase of the living standards of the people, increase of the quality of the life, education, etc. In the balance of payment, next topic is students balance of payment. Okay. In the balance of payment, you have to focus on the current account, four section of the current account, trade in incomes, trade in services, trade in goods, incomes, and current transfers. The next topic is protectionism, students. In protectionism, you have to focus why the government apply these tools of the protectionism in the form of tariff, in the form of embargoes, in the form of the quotas, etc. Because to improve the balance of payment or the current account, or to protect the infant industry. The last topic is basically exchange rate. Exchange rate is the value of the one currency in terms of another currency. Okay. When the currency depreciates, exports are cheaper and imports are expensive. Okay. Yeah. So why government? So basically, you have to focus on types of the exchange rate. There's a floating exchange rate, that is the fixed exchange rate. Okay. A devaluation of the currency, evaluation of the devaluation when there is a decrease in the value of the currency by the intervention of the government. Okay. These topics you have to focus, students, and I hope so you can, and you will get a star. Okay. Inshallah, best of luck. Thank you very much.